southwestern Montana every spring, some 300 horses are driven across hills, railways, highways, and through small towns in one of the last great horse drives of the American West. It's thrilling and challenging, and everyone who goes on the ride has to be a confident, experienced rider. Everyone, that is, with one exception. Me. I'm Tom Jenks, by the way, writer, editor, publisher, and dedicated liberal. This is my natural habitat, the urban neighborhoods of San Francisco. Great restaurants, literary bookshops, and the best espresso.
I'm feeling the need for caffeine today, you know. Couldn't sleep last night. Yeah. I keep seeing her at yoga class.
I'm a lot more used to herding words than horses. So when I was invited to visit the bastion of beef and conservatism and take part in a physically demanding 3-day horse drive across open country with plenty of chances to get hurt, I thought it was a challenge I didn't need to take. And then again,
my first reaction was, no, I don't have time to do this. My life is full. The kids are going, yeah, this would be really cool. You got to do this.
The guy who runs the ranch has this line. He says his philosophy on life is that everyone should do something every day that scares the hell out of them.
Well, what they say is somebody every year loses some hide, but nobody's been really hurt. Yeah, we hope.
I've never ridden much, and not at all in the past 20 years. My 10-year-old daughter Lucy is the rider in the family. Twice a week, we go up to a riding school in Marin County. And today I'm going to take a lesson with her, just to get my legs around a horse before we go out on the drive. The whole family's here to see if I can actually manage to stay on the horse.
Well, where's the mounting block? Of course, in Montana there is no such thing as a mounting block.
Okay. So you're going to step up to the highest one. Okay, you're going to gather your reins first, wait.
Yep.
And then put your foot in, and then swing your leg around and hop on. Good job. Well, I like the way you put your other foot right in the stirrup, too. Okay. And then one rein in each hand. This hand holds here, slide up. This hand holds here, slide up. That's right. Right rein.
Oh, if only we were going to be this tame out on the range.
Yeah? How'd it look out there, huh? Look okay? Not too bad? Yeah? It looked like I kind of knew what I was doing a little bit? Yeah?
There's no way I'm prepared for this, but I'm going to give it a go. Destination, Montana. Three Forks, Montana. So here I am, 2 days later, 800 miles from home, driving along the interstate, wondering what I'll find.
I've seen the ocean blue in California and watched the golden eagle when she flies. I've seen the canyons down in Arizona and watched the desert sun come over the rise.
I'll be throwing my lot in with strangers and putting my safety in the hands of wranglers. Cowboys hired to take care of the horses and the guests on the ride. I'm wondering, how will the Cowboys take the outsiders? And how will all the outsiders get along on the ride? The differences between the affluent guests and working cowboys could be pretty vast. But then we're going to all set out on a common experience that should bind us together. Three Forks, Montana. Population 2,100. Home of the Montana Horses Annual Roundup and Horse Drive.
Hey, how you doing? Reservation for Jenks.
I'm here a few days early so I can explore, and it looks like I just may be the only one at the hotel so far. The town is agricultural, with an economy also supported by a nearby concrete plant and talcum powder factory.
Come out on your porch or step into your parlor and I'll tell you how it all went down.
It looks something like a cross between a traditional western town and a company town. Like others across America, it's going through economic change, for better and worse. There are trailer homes and deserted buildings, but also a theater, real estate agents, a chiropractor, and nothing much to suggest a horse drive and cowboys. Until the last shop in town. In the saddlery, there's plenty of evidence of the ranching and rodeo life. A lot of the business today is online and by mail order, but cowboy customers still come in.
You make that look really easy. Yeah.
Now here's some cowboys at real work. This is Leroy Miller and his son Brian's ranch near Willow Creek, pronounced locally as Willow Crick. Like most of the farmer ranchers around here, the Millers grow wheat and hay and they raise cattle. On branding day, neighbors and friends come to help, and the word neighbor becomes a verb. It's how they depend on and do for each other.
You want to come in here and get in high?
Oh, it actually works better if you go there. Get it right on the neck shoulder. Mm-hmm. This one pushes from the back. Okay. This one you squeeze from the front. Okay. All right. That's it. Yep.
Just a little. It's a little pull. Oh.
Yep.
Side. Just like that. DVM, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, thank you.
Day in, day out, it's dull, repetitive farm work, but necessary. And it's pretty much the way it's always been. Brian Miller's 5-year-old son, Braden, like his father before him, is being raised to be a rancher. It's the life he knows. But it may not be there for him when he grows up. In 10 or 20 years, this land will look a lot different than it does now. In communities near here, ranches are already being bought up for development by outsiders eager to enjoy Montana's beauty. In the Willow Creek Saloon afterwards, everyone has something to get off their chests.
And they'll come up and they'll spend a week or two on a deer ranch. They'll see the country and they'll see the opportunities that there are, and then they'll say, we got to buy or invest in this land up here while we can.
They're just low to come out here and be a cowboy. Well, they don't know all the hardships of a cowboy. Like at calving time, when you're up every 2 hours and it's 30 below and the winds are blowing and you got cows calving and you got to get them in.
You can no longer afford to use the land for agricultural production when the value is so high to subdivide it. So we're losing so much of our agricultural land to that.
Most of these folks have been on the land for several generations, and they feel the loss keenly.
Kids grow up and see the folks that struggled to make the ranch